I'm an actress, and I'm from Stone Mountain, Georgia. It's Metro Atlanta, so, you know.
So we're gonna start with this easy stuff first. When did you start acting?
When did I start acting? That's like a loaded question. I mean, when I was a kid, I think everybody takes an acting class at school.
You did the Easter play too?
Yeah, Easter play, Christmas play, play. You know, I wasn't in no talent shows now. You ain't gonna judge me and then rate me. Like, no.
We'll find a video. If there's some video out there, we'll find a video.
I did ballet, so I did performances. But I started taking it serious in about my senior year in high school. I said, okay, I want to act. My mother said no. So it wasn't until I say 2013 when I moved to LA, and that was like, I'm gonna go hard. Yeah. 2011, I would probably say 2011, I kind of took it serious.
So, in 2011, once you got ready, how did you convince your mom that, okay, Mom, I know what I'm doing, I'm gonna go do this? Because you got an accounting degree, so I'm sure they wanted you to stay in like corporate America and do all the traditional stuff.
I had to lie, you know? I don't, this is the thing, right? It's only a lie if you don't fully believe it. So I didn't lie, I just told her what I believed. And then it came true.
I'm gonna trigger you already.
Trigger me.
I said only women can lie and believe their lie. Like really believe it. It's a superpower.
You mean to tell me it ain't nothing that you've ever said that everybody else thought was a lie, but you believed?
No, I tell the truth. I'm a blunt shooter.
But see, I'm telling the truth.
See?
Only you might think it's a lie.
Oh, no, they think it's a lie, don't matter.
So a lot of times they think it's a lie, but it's really my truth.
That's different. Okay. So what did you tell her?
I told her I had a plan.
And she just went with it.
Well, the whole time I kept trying to move to LA, she was like, you don't have a plan. It's on the other side of the world. You've never been. So I was like, okay. So I said, I'm going to go visit for a month, which I did get a round trip ticket. And then I said, I'm going to move in October. Now, when I was out there on day 2, I got a job. So I was like, okay. Now, I did tell the people at the store that I moved there. But technically, it wasn't a lie.
Oh, no, it was your truth.
It was my truth.
Everybody just ain't know yet.
Exactly.
So, 2013, you decided to take it serious and make the move.
Yes.
What was the inspiration? Was it like a specific project? Was it somebody who saw something in you? Or was it like, I love this actress, this is what I want to do, I'm going for it?
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I knew I wanted to go, and I kept saying, my mom was like, you got to have a plan. So I was coming up with stuff. Like, if a person asked me a question, I would answer. So she said, well, when are you thinking of moving? I said, I'm going to move in October. That literally came on my mind when she asked me. I had no idea. So I said, I'm going to move October 30th, I think. And I said, I'm going to go. I'm going to visit for a month, June 1st to July 1st. That was my plan. My grandmother, I call her my grandma, she had a stroke or something. I don't know. She had a stroke. So she fell. It was like she hit her head, busted her head open, and then was like bad off, like real bad. My mom went down there, and she was just so distraught. So I was like, okay, God, maybe this means I'm not supposed to go. This happened, I want to say, maybe May. And I said, okay. I was getting a little scared, I ain't gonna lie. The closer we got to it, shit was getting real. So I was like, nah, I don't know about that. Yeah, now it was tangible. So then I decided I wasn't going to go. I was like, okay, God, I'm all for taking signs. So I was like, okay, that's a sign I'm not supposed to go. And then I was like, God, I hear you. I'm going to stay here. And literally, like, within 24 hours, she had a whole 180. And I was like, okay, so you want me to go? Like, okay, I'll go.
No, you're not going to use this as a reason.
Yeah, so God was like, nah, you going. So I ended up going, but instead of June 1st, I ended up going June 14th. So I went June 14th, 2013 to July 14th, 2013. I still did the month, but I got the job. I came back, and instead of going October 1st, I just went back August 1st because I told the people my first job was Windsor. I told them, I said, I've moved here. I just got to go back to Atlanta and get the rest of my stuff. Yeah, so.
So, based on my research, you had been planning that at least a year. Because you met John Singleton in 2012.
I met him in 2012.
And you already knew you wanted to work with
I already knew I wanted to work with him. Before I even met him, I knew it's Shawn Singleton. Come on now.
I call Caleb John Singleton Jr.
Oh, okay. He fine now. So I can
ain't
see
make
that.
a pick yet. I might make a pick at some point.
Okay.
But
He'll be the first Caleb Sims.
that's definitely. So you move 2013.
Uh-huh.
Then you get a job. How long does it take you to kind of get into acting after you got your feet settled and everything in LA?
When you say get into acting, like acting full time?
No, just like once you got there, you had to, get set up, get a job, and figure out how you were going to eat and maintain and all of that. How long did it take you? Okay, now I'm going to auditions, I'm going to classes, I'm going to start doing what I came out here for.
I think when I went to go visit, I was more so on that. Like, let me go to classes. I'm more like, let's go. Like, so when I first got there, I hit the ground running, like going to classes, signing up for Actors Access, and I created my own website, like all of these things. Let me get some headshots. Let me figure out what's going. I'm one of those people where it's like, I don't know what, because nobody else in my family was in the industry, in the entertainment industry. So I said, I'm gonna just throw a bunch of darts at the wall and something gonna stick. And I would pray. I'm very big on my faith. So I told God, I was like, I need you to be my agent, my manager, my publicist, and like my lawyer. I need you to be everything right now because I don't have one. And I kind of just hit the ground running like soon as I got there.
Because you lost your agent when you went out.
I did. My agent was like, at the time, I was with this white lady, Barbara. I can't remember her last name, but East Coast talent. And she was like, hey, did you move? I was like, yeah, I moved to LA. And she told me I can only represent you for 45 more days. And we didn't know each other well enough, but she could have asked some more questions. Like, my dad coaches in the NFL, so flying wasn't a problem. And I knew when I went out there with the mindset of, okay, I know I want acting, so let me find a nighttime job. Let me find something with a graveyard shift, or let me work for the airlines, which it took me, I didn't get hired at the airlines until 2016. It took me some time, but I got there. So I wanted to always make a way to be able to do my career. So if I gotta fly somewhere and I gotta be a local hire, or I gotta come back for an audition, like now I can fly for free. So it was that. But yeah, she told me she could not represent me. That was my first agent. I was very sad. I called my friend, like, what the fuck I'm gonna do? And he told me, yeah, I got dropped from the label. Man. It's okay though. I'm on death row now.
She seen you now.
She seen me.
But so Unexpected comes out 2015.
Yes.
So it comes out 2015. So that means you probably start shooting 2014.
Yep.
Early 2015. So 2 years into LA, you get what's considered your first breakthrough, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about it. How did you book that? What was the process?
So my foundation is theater. So to audition, I had did a few student films and like monologues and stuff here in Atlanta. And I did something in Louisiana, but nothing of that magnitude of Unexpected. I worked with Tony from Martin. I can't remember his last name, but we worked on a movie called At My Move's Feet. And I used that to like create my reel. So then when Unexpected came, I had a new agent by then. She submitted me and it was a self-tape. So I was at a friend's house, we taped it, sent it. They wanted me to do a callback. So I had to put myself on tape again. And I went over there, she had a cat. So we had to put the cat in the closet. Sorry, Peter. We had to put the cat in the closet.
The cat lady.
The cat lady, yeah. The cat was in the closet purring during the audition, and we sent it. And then they sent me a flight for Chicago. So I thought, okay, this is the third round of auditions. I have to go out there. And I'm literally, I don't know much, right, at this time. I still don't know much now, but at that time, I really ain't know shit. So I go to fly to Chicago, but it's like crazy traffic. And to know me is to know most of the time I'm late. I'm working on it. But this time I was early. But there was bad traffic on the 405. We were in traffic for almost 3 hours. I get out the car, my phone drops, it's spider cracks. So I try to go through TSA, because I'm still on time for my flight. I haven't missed it yet. I go to TSA, they're like, oh, we can't read your boarding pass. You got to go back
gotta
down.
go to the desk.
And now it was raining and it was a bad accident. So a lot of people had missed their flight. So the line was super fucking long. So I get there, I try to just go to the counter and they're like, you got to get in line. I'm like, but I just need a board. You got to get in line. I'm like, but I just need a boarding pass. They're like, that was it. No, this was at the counter now.
Oh,
I went back down to the counter. So I'm walking, I look at the line, I'm walking back, I just started crying. Like, I just could not fucking believe it. I'm like, I've just pissed away my opportunity, like, Jesus. So I get in the line, I call my dad. I don't know why. I call him every single time for like acting advice. And all he gives me is a football analogy that makes no sense. So, but I'm grateful and I'm always gonna call him because I want him to know that I need him. Yeah. So, but this time he didn't answer. So now I was like upset and sad. So then I call my mom and I think my mom sometimes just say stuff where it's like, you're not helping the situation. So I was like, all right, thank you, bye. I call my agent. And she was like, oh, sweetie, they could just buy another flight. I was like, what? White people got money.
White people got, this nigga's got like that.
Yes, I was like, oh my God, okay, well, bye. Like, so I get on another flight. I go out there and they're like, so we're gonna meet you near the airport since you have to fly back today too. So we meet at a restaurant and I'm like, how am I gonna do my audition at a restaurant? They literally sat me down to tell me that I had booked the role. And I said to them, y'all just spent a lot of money to fly me out here. Like, you didn't have to tell, you could tell me over the phone, you could tell me over email. Like, but it's that mentality of like Black, of like, I'm frugal. So I'm like, no, y'all didn't have to do that. You didn't have to spend that money. Like, we could have used that for something else. But
that was your first taste of, it's a right way to do stuff, no matter what.
yeah.
It was a different way to do stuff.
Well, they also wanted to make sure I wasn't like 300 pounds and that I wasn't crazy. They told me that. They told me this, and I was like, okay. And it's the right way to do stuff.
So this is like one of my favorite parts of your story since I've done my research.
Okay.
So after that comes out, it's critically acclaimed. You go to Sundance, and you get voted Next Generation Top 10 Breakout.
Yes.
Right. And the reason why I love that because this is 2015, and most people now feel like this is your breakout year this year. So that's like really 10 years because you went to LA in 2013. This is your 10 years to be an overnight success.
Yeah.
Do you think, looking back on it, do you think being a breakout actor then you should have gotten here quicker, or do you think it all made sense?
I think it all makes sense. I look at it as, you know how XXL has that freshman class cover? So
It used to be good.
it used to be good. I mean, it's still good, but
It used to be good.
I will say this. It used to be everybody on the cover was great, right? But now it's like
one nigga might not make it, but the other nine.
Yes. Now it's like, okay, as time goes on, you remember that J. Cole song that he did? It was like a diss to Lil Pump or whatever the boy name was?
1987.
Yes.
1985.
But he said, like, in a few years, we weren't going to know who the boy was.
Right. We can't even remember the name of him.
That's like the cover of XXL. Like, years later, we don't know. I remember, I'll never forget when JID had his cover. And I think I posted it, and I was like, I don't know nobody else on this cover except him. And people were like, you're crazy, you lying. Like, I ain't got cap, I don't know. None of these people, like, never heard of them, never heard of their music. But when I made Next Generation 10 Breakout Actors, I knew everybody that was on there. Like, damn, I'm up here with actors that's like, got lots of projects, who been out. I'm up here with actors whose work I've seen. So it was just nice, like, being up there with people who were already established. So I knew I had a long way to go just to catch up with the motherfuckers that was my peers. So to me, it's not like, oh, I should have been popped. It's like, okay, this is the work. Like, this is the work it takes. Because I know one of the girls on there, Olivia, I can't remember her last name, but she's on House of Dragon now. And when that came out, I can't remember the show she was on at the time, but she was feeling like she wasn't getting paid no money, she wasn't getting no recognition. So where she was then was where I was probably last year of not getting paid no money, not getting no recognition. And now 2023, we hit 3 years, you were right there.
I saw you talk about that Snowfall definitely Snowfall and P-Valley. We're gonna get
We
that.
right there.
So who's the second? Is she the second biggest person off that top 10 list? Cause you first.
No. Oh, I'm first. Okay. Y'all heard that?
Who's second?
I'm gonna tell you about my tattoos, so I'll tell you about it. Thomas Mann was on there. He was in like Kong and Dope. I mean, Skull Island or whatever it was. Ezra Miller was on there. Olivia was on there. He is canceled, but white folks don't cancel white folks.
It's true.
So
We just canceled us.
yeah, that's fucked up. It was a lot of. I think I want to say Tom Holland was on there.
You still in the boy.
Yeah, it was some other people on there. I'm just thinking of people who I know I associated with in that night, but there was nobody else black on there, so I just had to mingle.
So your freshman cover like this. You also, based on my research, made your producing debut in 2015 too, right?
Oh what?
That's my research wrong.
What was it?
I had it on my other note.
Hold on, 2015. Now I gotta go back.
The chamber.
Okay, I was like, damn, I ain't did nothing since I left Atlanta. Yeah. Oh, that was good.
Talk about it.
Okay. So I'm an actor, writer, producer. I went to school at AIU for media film production. Now, I didn't graduate, but that.
You got the classes you needed. That's all.
I'm trying not to say motherfucker because you said that's my favorite color, but that motherfucking degree was expensive. So I got what I needed to get from it. I made my networks, and then once I was working in it, it was like, this is an industry that you can literally learn as you go. And now Google has everything. So I went there for media film production. Side note, I used to produce, like engineer music, but that was just because they made us. They made us do that at school. But I was good.
Like they make you take capital.
Yeah, it's like, but yeah, so that was like me getting my bag. I did a commercial, I did a PSA, and then I did the chamber. And Rodney Perry, he's my mentor, he was in it. This other guy, LaShawn Clay, was in it. And then this other girl, I can't remember her name, but she won Best Actress at the film festival. So it did really good. I was very happy. It was quality, it was good, it was quick, it was concise. And I'm very much like, I know how I like to see things. I'm real particular. So I was very proud of myself.
So far we got dancer. Ballet.
Huh?
Ballet.
Oh, yeah.
See? Ballet.
Okay, yes. Producing.
Writing.
I did ballet at like 4.
It counts.
Okay.
It counts. Sound engineer.
Sound engineer, yep.
Actor.
Writer. Did you say writer?
I said writer.
Oh, okay.
So that's fine.
That's fine.
What's a passion that we missing? What's something that you're super passionate about doing?
Okay, so people don't really know this. When I was a kid, I always wanted to be a photographer. It's so weird. It's not saying photography is weird, but like I used to, and that was back in the day when people had the throwaway cameras.
Yep.
No, not the Polaroid. I had the Polaroid too, but the thing.
That had a little wine on it.
Yeah, and you go take it to CVS or Walmart.
Them classic joints.
That was me for a long time. So now I just take pictures in Fuji or like with my phone, but I always get the best pictures for people. So
You still can do it. Why don't you do it now?
I don't know. I'm not. It's not that I don't have time. I'm not interested in it anymore.
Oh, it's faded.
I think not that it faded. When I do something, I like to know. I'm a researcher, so I like to know everything about it. And I just think with photography, there's so many layers, like lighting, like shadows, like lenses. Like people now do that thing where it looks like it's cut, where they put different filters on it. Once I realized how deep that bag was, yeah, I was like, I'm never gonna be as knowledgeable as I would want to be to feel confident in my photography. So.
I tell everybody here, they be like, bro, don't you want to learn how to? No, bro.
No.
Like, me and Caleb co-own the space, and we got the best team in the world. I never need to touch a camera.
See?
And I'm not finna come to y'all and ask y'all some stupid ass questions. Y'all gonna look at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Because I like to, if I don't know about it, I don't want to talk about it.
Exactly.
So,
And I feel like so many people look at photographers like, oh, it's easy. I could just take a picture or I can do that. And I'm like, nothing is fucking easy except waking up. And even sometimes that's hard. Fuck might be my favorite cuss word. Fuck, motherfucker, all that. You're right. You're right.
you was trying to hold it in.
I
We
was.
chilling. This ain't even that corporate.
Okay.
So I also want to go back. Let's circle back to the acting a little bit.
Okay.
So now that you're on Snowfall, you started manifesting that in 2015. You saw it.
Nah, you know what? I manifested working with John probably like 2012 when he came to the class. 2015, I manifested, yes, working on Snowfall.
So tell that story. I want to tell it.
Okay.
I know it. I want to tell it.
So, like I said, I'm a researcher, and I was seeing that Snowfall was casting. So I reached out to my agent and my manager, and I was like, hey, Snowfall is casting. Can you see if there's anything in there for me? They responded back. They said, they've already cast, the roles are too old, and the parts are too small. So then I saw it was recasting. I hit them back like, hey, it's recasting the pilot now, so circle back, check and see what's good. They was like, yeah, no, it's just not, And I'm a person where when I moved to LA, I used to never let my phone die. I used to never leave LA because I would say, I need to be here in case something happened. The one fucking time I leave LA because Leo Gilbert, he's Peter Gilbert's son. So Peter Gilbert he EP Unexpected, he EP like Hoop Dreams and all that shit.
Great doc.
He's amazing. Great work, all that. And Leo was like, hey, I want to do a web series. Can we bring you out to Chicago and shoot it? I was like, bet. I mean, I ain't doing shit. I want to work. So I go out there. I swear to God, as soon as I landed in Chicago, I got the email audition in 2017 for Snowfall. I said, now come on, God. Like, why you gonna play me like this?
5 minutes?
Like 5 minutes, like I just got here. So I emailed them and I couldn't I'm like a person of my word, so I couldn't cancel on them. So I was like, fuck. And I was working for the airline, so I could fly for free if I wanted to go back. But I just didn't want to do that to them. So I wrote them back and I was like, hey, now this is not a lie, but it was what I said that probably wasn't true to other people. Okay, I said, hey, I just came to Chicago for my birthday. I said I'm out of town for my birthday. I'll be back December 11th. Is there any way we could get it rescheduled? So they wrote back and they were like, no, but Cassie said they'll take a tape. So I said, okay, cool. I studied and we shooting indie and we ain't got no money. We low budget. So we having like 17-hour days. So I was like, can somebody put me on tape after? And the guy, he was the cinematographer at the time. His name is Nathan Salter. Now he shoot like every fucking thing. All LeBron HBO shit. He shoot fucking The Shy. He shoot everything. Black dude. So Nathan was like, sure, I got you. I'm gonna put you on after we rap today. We rap. This nigga's like, I'm tired. Can we do it tomorrow? No, nigga, because I'm ready today. Like,
I gotta see.
I'm ready right now. So Leo was like, it's cool. I'll do it. Nathan, let me use your camera. So the director ended up recording me, and then my homegirl Beloved from Chicago ended up reading with me. And I'm gonna say,
Got a special connection with you.
I love Chicago. I have a series that I want to do based on Chicago. It's Purities, but
You gotta
I take that. Really?
High school and college.
I want to move there for 3 years, but we'll talk about it. So he put me on the tape. Beloved read, Leo directed it. Shot it, and I sent it over. And then I got an email back like, oh my God, they loved you. They want to know if you'll still be back December 11th. Nigga, yes, I told y'all that. Like, the fuck?
Coming back.
Yes.
Right.
So after we wrap the web series, I go to Atlanta. Now, I really do come to Atlanta for my birthday. So see how it was the truth? So I come to Atlanta for my birthday. Me, my brother, and my sister watch. D-Ray had a special on Netflix. So we watched that. It was good as fuck. John Singleton was in the audience. Like, it was all these different, I'm like a person of signs and omens. So then I come back to LA, and it's a chemistry test with Isaiah John, who plays Neon. Now, me and him were in the same acting class, but at different times, so we never met. I get there, I walk on the lot, because it was at Raleigh Studios. I walk on the lot and go to the waiting room, and D-Ray is sitting there. I was like, it's a fucking omen. This is my part. Like, this is mine. So I hit my brother, and I was like, yo, I spoke. He didn't speak back, but it's okay, because we love each other now. So I hit my brother and I was like, yo, nigga, D right here, like, this shit mine. So he was like, okay, good luck.
Size matter. I don't care what nobody say.
Size matter. So, and with a chemistry test, they can't just test like one person for some reason. So they bring in who they want, and then they got to bring in other people. That's also good. Yeah. So I go first. I wanted to break the ice because I didn't want our chemistry to be the first time we go in the room. So I was like, oh, hey, I'm Gail Bean. I was talking to Isaiah. I was like, we took the same class. We were both in, you had Lelania. And now Lelania, she connects us because I hit her up. Her and John was like her fucking best friend. So, but she was my teacher, but she always taught us stand on the merit of your own work. So I didn't reach out to her to try to get in. But I did tell her when I got the audition. And she was like in real time talking to them. I told her when I got the feedback, like, oh, they love me. I'm going in person. I'm having a chemistry test with Isaiah. So when I saw him, I was like, yeah, I was in AOA. I think we were at different times, but everybody had told me I should meet him. So we talking, so that was like our little chemistry. So then when we got in the room to do the scene, it was up. Now I got in the room, the space was probably about, we was probably where that green car is, and then the people were probably here, and it was about 13 people. So when I went in the room, I'm like, we ain't got no fucking space. But I'm like, I'm still gonna do it like they're not here. And like I said, it was 13 people in the room. I knew I fucking killed it. And my reps was like, yeah, they gotta send a tape to one more person because somebody wasn't there. I was like, okay. Okay. I'm like, it's 13 people in the damn room. But yeah, they hit me later and was like, once I booked it, they were like, you booked it and it wasn't nobody close and they should have put you last because everybody else had to come after you. A bunch of bullshit that don't matter, but it was good and I booked it and I felt good.
So, I want to talk about relationships, but
Okay.
I want to tell you how the signs work the same way, right?
Okay.
Snowfall kind of is my reason for being in production.
Really?
So, this may be season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Season 2, because John passed in season 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, season 2, the premiere was here. They had the premiere, or like one of the.
Season 1 or season 2?
Season 2. It might have been season 1. But they had the premiere here. They had the theater over there on 14th.
Okay.
Where College Square is now. And John, it had to be, it might have been season 1 because nobody knew who Dance was.
Okay.
So one of my boys, he's a sound engineer here.
Uh-huh.
He invited me because he was like in the industry already. And I just hadn't moved there and I wasn't working in entertainment at all. I was working in the medical field. But he invited me to go to the premiere. So I go to the premiere and, we watched the first episode or whatever, dancing, John, and it was one other person, I can't remember who it was. They on stage, they do a panel after, and then right after that, I go to the bathroom. And John Singleton walks in the bathroom.
What?
So we just in there, he's just like, no security, no nothing. And he's like, hey, thanks for coming out, whatever. So we walking out, he was like, what'd you think? And I was like, well, you John Singleton, what am I saying? I love this shit. He was like, no, pay attention. Even if you don't do production, I care about people who pay attention to what I'm doing. So next time you'll have an opinion.
Ooh,
So then,
I love
Danson walks by me right after that. Nobody knows who he is. He's like, everybody knows he was in the premiere, but he's not famous. So
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I want to learn about this now. And that's what made me start like soft learning all of this stuff. So then, later on, me and Caleb I meet Caleb on set with one of the artists that I was producing. I was managing. He was shooting the video, and the rest is history. But it literally was like that seed planted.
this seed, they planted that
And
seed.
it just kept going.
And now we here.
So, back to relationships. You on Snowfall, but one of your relationships one of your relationships from early auditions helps you get P-Valley.
Yes. Okay. So I auditioned for P-Valley for the pilot. They brought me in 5 times, same role. There was like, so I had to audition, I had to call back, I had to direct a session, I had to produce a session. Like it was, then they submitted me to Stars. Only reason I didn't get it is because Stars said no, which they should have said no. Like the fucking role was not mine to have. It didn't, I didn't look like that character. So I do, I'm not gonna say it though. I don't want nobody to feel no type of way. Then you know how people get, she know I auditioned for it though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's still a role that's on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. You're gonna have everybody trying to figure out what they're gonna be trying to figure out. But
You gotta tell me off camera though.
Stars said no. So I was like, my reps was mad. I was like, it's okay because I don't look like there's nothing you could do to make me be that character, like no matter what. And I said, I look like somebody that's on their way in. Like I look like somebody that's on their way into the paint. So that was like, okay, well we left it, we let it be. Tash Gray, who also like wrote the pilot and all of that stuff, she's like John's secret weapon. She's from LA. And she's also a soror. I'm a Delta in case folks don't know. So they can really see it. So they know it's real. So Tash ended up coming over to Snowfall season 3, and she wrote my whole Wanda arc situation. Like, well, a lot of people, Walter Mosley, a lot of people are responsible for that, and I'm very grateful for them, but she really was like pitching that. And she wrote the P-Valley pilot. She came over to Snowfall for season 3 because P-Valley took so long to actually shoot and then come. And then she went on, now she's like raising Kanan, and now she's selling her own show and stuff. But Kultured, when they were coming back for season 2, was asking asking Tash advice. And Tash was like, well, Gail, she was like, oh shit, I do remember her audition. Like, she was asking because with it being a pandemic, who would you want to be around for an extended period of time that's not gonna get on your fucking nerves? Like, who would be a good energy? And my name came up.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Definitely.
My name came up and they offered me the role. Now, when they offered it, she was like, we had a Zoom. Couture was like, would you want to be on P-Valley? I was like, yeah, of course. Like, the fuck? Of course. I love the show. I'm not a bitter person, so I didn't give a fuck that I didn't book it. It wasn't for me. So I watch it. And so she was like, would you want to be on it? I said yes. And she was like, okay, well, if it works, then, we'll do something. And if not, there's other projects. I didn't hear nothing back. So when we got ready to sign our contract for Snowfall, we did a carve out. So we was like, we carved out 3 episodes. We thought we'd be on 1, maybe. We were like, we haven't heard back from her, but let's just put 3 just in case. Now, when they came back, they were like, oh, we have her for 9 episodes. And Snowfall was like, yeah, no, that's not gonna fly. So they said we could reduce it to 7. And Snowfall was like, I can give you 5.
So they had a bidding war.
It was a bidding war. It was a bit, that was season 5 of Snowfall, and that was my first time ever. I had just signed a series regular contract with Snowfall. Now, we've been asking for that shit since season 3, right? Like, after season 2.
It's just like, as soon as you went to LA, you got the audition.
It's like, soon as you somewhere else, it's law of attraction, though. You got to stop chasing it for it to come to you. So then it was like this whole drawn out thing where I had to give back my series regular role. First, I had to walk away from Snowfall because they said they weren't going to give me 7. And the showrunner, Dave Andron, told me that there was not a world that we lived in where I could do both. And I was like, well, I had already had these omens. I had already talked to God and the ancestors, and they already told me that I could do both. So something ain't right.
Yeah, I don't know what y'all talking about.
Yeah. And I had prayed. I was like, you know what, God? Because I was really heavy on like, no, we're doing both. I told my lawyer, like, we're going to breach the contract, so get prepared for whatever the fuck that's going to be. I had told my reps, deal with it later. We on death row. I told you. I'm signed to death row. I told my reps, like, keep asking until you get a yes. Like, go back. And then my lawyer was like, well, Gail, maybe God is trying to block that because something changed over there with P-Valley. I said, God don't operate like that. So
God told me. Don't tell me what God told me.
So I was like, you know what? I prayed and I was like, God, if you don't want this for me no more, let me know. And I'll be humble and I'll go back and I'll apologize to Snowfall and I'll be obedient, right? Because that's what you say, but I'm not going to do it because of them.
Listen to them.
So I got home. My reps had ended up going above Snowfall's head and going to FX. And Michael Ketcher was like, well, yeah, she could just drop down to recur. She could drop back down to recur. We haven't shot anything. We haven't paid her anything. She could drop down to a recurring role. And she could go do whatever she wanted to do. So then when we talked to Snowfall, they were like, no, I don't know who told y'all that. That would just be the end of Wanda. So I was like, oh, wow. I'm so sorry. Well, I love y'all so much. No, I would never say that. I'm gonna leave that shit to my reps. I said, I'm so sorry. I love y'all. Thank you so much for everything you've done. It's been amazing. I love y'all. I was like, thank you. This has been such a clear conversation. I hang up with them. They thought I was staying. I called Katori. I was like, well, Katori, Snowfall said no, so I'm gonna just have to not do P-Valley. She's like, oh, you want me to call them? I said, no. I've already begged them. I've sent them a letter. I begged them. I talked to everybody. I'm not gonna have you do it. So then my boyfriend came home and he was like, I said, I'm not gonna do P-Valley. I was so sad. He was like, what? What? Who are you? I was like, huh? He was like, who are you? I was like, I don't know. I don't understand the question. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say right now. He was like, you Gail Bean. And ever since I met you, Gail do what the fuck she want to do. I was like, you're right. You're right. You're right. I was like, but baby, this business. And you know, like I'm a person of my word. And he was like, you do what the fuck you want to do. So do what you want to do. Ever since I met you, you've been talking about how you want to work with Katori, how you want to be on P-Valley, this and this and that. He was like, you don't shut the fuck up about it. So go sit outside and think about it. And then when you come back in, however you feel, make that choice. So I went outside and I was like, God, you ain't sending me no answers. Like, what? I need an answer. So then I came back in and I was like, he right. I was like, you're right.
That was your answer.
That was my answer. So I called my reps. I was like, first I called Katori and I was like, so I'm gonna tell Snowfall I'm not doing it. Because they told me that would be the end of Wanda. Oh, he asked me, he said, are you happy with the work you've done for Wanda? If you was to leave now, so my season 2, 3, 4, if you was to leave now, would you be okay with the work that's out there? I said, I would. I've done enough with her. I think she's great. I'm okay. So he was like, okay. So I called Katori. I was like, I'm gonna tell Snowfall they can have their role back. She was like, what? I said, yeah. She was like, well, we'll pick up your series, we'll make you a series regular over here. So I was like, okay, I'll call you back. Yeah, we having money. So I called my reps and I was like, yeah, so we're not gonna do, we gonna tell Snowfall that we thank them for everything, but we're gonna take them up on our offer to be let out of the contract. And I'm not gonna lie, at the time, that was the most money I ever seen. Like it was, I think they was gonna pay me $50,000 an episode. So it's like 7 episodes minimum, 10 episodes max. But even if they only put me in 4, they still gotta pay me for 7. So I was like, yeah, that's a lot of money. And
like, I already bought what I wanted to buy in my head.
I was sad, but I'll never forget too. I had talked to my best friend Tia, her dude, and man was like, don't make no decisions based off of money. So I was like, but it's a lot. Yes, I was like, all right, Master P. I was like, okay, tell them we're not gonna take it. So my agent was like, okay, we're sending an email. Okay, it's sent. I swear to fucking God, 6 a.m. the next day, 6 a.m. LA time, because it was 9 a.m. Our time. Dave was on my phone like, what can we do to make this work? What can we do? What do you want to do to be happy? What will make you happy? I was like, I'm confused because we just talked about it. You told me we didn't live in this world. I didn't say that, but I was like, oh, to be happy, I would like to do both. He was like, I mean, if you'd rather go do the other, I said I would like to do both. Like, I want to be here. I love Snowfall. But I told you that it's very hard for Black women to have longevity in this industry. It is very easy to get typecast. I need something that's the polar opposite of Wanda. So he was like, okay, Gail Bean, well, we was just trying to get you paid. Well, if you want to pay me, you can still give me the fucking 50. Like, we could still do that.
I don't care if you say recurring, you can still give me the same number.
So I had to go back down to recur, which is significantly, a whole fucking lot less of money. So, and I was happy though. I was happy. So I got to do both.
But then you went to season regular with P-Valley, right?
No, I was recur both. I couldn't do series regular. So one of the Wayans brothers, I think this is like the word, fucked up something where he was like on New Girl or some show and another show on series regular on both, and then something happened. So now it's kind of like how you have LeBron's agent made it to now where
So now they trying to.
You gotta have a law degree in order to be a sports agent. So now you can't be series regular on 2 shows. Somebody fucked it up. So I couldn't be series regular. So I had to just be recur on both. But season 6, P-Valley wasn't filming, so they put me back up to series regular.
So the reason why, for the reasons, I'm glad you fought for that.
Okay.
Number one, I feel like because you did both, you fought for both. We've seen you play 4 major different types.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that is Wanda has 3 types to me, or 3 phases, and then roulette.
Okay.
So Wanda has, well, everybody knows what roulette is currently.
Okay.
She'll have an arc too, right? But you got pre-drugs, hood girlfriend Wanda. Then you got crackhead Wanda.
Yes.
Then you got
Post-drug.
wife, love of the motherland, you know, community activist, like all of this in this last season. That's a whole nother realm. So to me, those are 3 characters.
Yes.
Then you got the 4th character. But this 3rd character of Wanda, is that the inspiration behind you now?
For the
House
spinoff?
of Ghana?
Oh, no. So I've been building my house in Ghana since like 2019?
Okay.
2019?
What inspired it?
My brother. So my brother has his own nonprofit. It's called Habashot, helping Africa by establishing schools home and abroad. And he traveled like all over Africa to decide where he actually wanted his headquarters to be. He settled in Ghana. He felt like, you know, there was so much growth. There was so much room for growth. The people there are just so amazing, so nice. There's still a lot of unity there. It's not as built up like as if you go to like a Nigeria or like somewhere like a Cape Town. There's still a lot of room for growth.
Yeah, it's on the ground level.
Yeah, it's like, it's still kind of untapped. So he went there and he had been building a home over there for a while, building a school over there for a while. And finally, when he got his actual home, like the ground level finished, they could like still sleep in it. So I went over there in 2016 because I was working for the airlines. So I went over there, another friend of mine, and my mama, $300 round trip.
I used to have a Delta.
Best thing ever.
Man.
So when I went, I saw my brother got like a half acre for $1,800 of land.
Hey, look.
Well, it costs more now. Inflate. That was a long time ago. When I bought my land, I think I bought like a quarter acre for $4,200. So when it's all over and done with, I will have a 3-story house with a rooftop over there with a pool, with a basketball court, with a tennis court, a sauna, a big ass movie room.
It's gonna leave Leon here.
But I have spent less than $100,000.
So you got the house there.
Yes.
Building the house here.
Yes.
With your boyfriend.
Yes.
Is it still your boyfriend? 'Cause I heard you might be engaged.
I'm not engaged. I hope y'all are speaking this into my life.
I'm going off your word. I saw you say I might be engaged by the end of the year. I know what that means as a man date. That means you on the clock, my boy. You might she gonna tell you what you on the clock.
That's the plan.
Once you put it in universe.
That's the plan.
And I love how supportive your relationship seems to be.
Thank
But
you.
you gonna mess me up.
Somebody just asked me the other day, my cousin actually, she was like, "Are you still with your boyfriend?" I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "You don't post him? You don't be talking about him?" I was like,
That's why it's good.
that's just not our relationship. Like, I was like, we more like in person.
Yeah, but that's why it's good to me.
Yeah.
I feel like
And we also not married, so I don't really do that.
But when you're in entertainment, I feel like you have, because everything has to be in the open, you have to keep something sacred.
Exactly.
I feel like it should be sacred anyway, but I think that might be a little bit unrealistic.
No, it
in the
should.
time we live in. But I always say I want to pop out like Issa Rae. Or I want to pop out like
Listen.
Beyonce and Jay-Z used to
When
pop
I
out.
post, it's going to be just a wedding ring. I'm going to change everything to wife. My first name going to be wife. First name wife, last name wife. Like,
You gonna wife my husband.
I show the fuck am.
Man. So I'm gonna get you what I need to argue for that side of like keeping the privacy. I'm gonna use you.
Okay.
Part I'm not gonna use you on this. Y'all moved in together after a month.
Okay, listen. It was before a month, but
That's crazy.
when you know, you know. That's the first person I ever lived with. I'm technically his 3rd girlfriend, but I say he had 2 girlfriends and a wife.
I'm gonna cut all of that.
Okay. No, I say he had 2 girlfriends and a wife.
Help my argument.
But we moved in because it was just right. And he was moving with intention. And I was like, oh, okay. Intention. You got to put something behind that.
So this my thing.
Look, you met dancing. You met John Singleton, and you was like, you know what? I'm gonna start moving with intention.
When was season 1? 17?
17. Okay.
So it took me 4 years. Not 1 month. It took me at least 4 years.
Well, it was pandemic too, so pandemic, everything moved faster.
Oh yeah, everybody was. Well, that might be piece of, but my opinion on dating is it don't even start until after 6 months.
Oh.
I don't trust nothing to after. It's like a good job. You go to a good job, you got a 6-month probationary period. And I have a kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
How old is your child?
13.
Okay.
You're not even gonna meet my son within the first 6 months.
Not even as a friend?
No.
Nah, you need to listen. They should meet your son early on, so then your son could let you know, like that ain't the one. You know how like your parents could used to tell you like that's not your friend. Children be knowing. So even if you bring them around as like a friend, the child, you want to see how that. Because look, what if you're invested after 6 months, and then you bring them around the child, and it's like, oh, we can't do this.
But that ain't how my brain works. I'm starting at 6 months.
Yeah, nah.
So then at 6 months, you got another 6 months.
Let me tell you this.
For my son to give you
your time is valuable. Your time is more valuable than 6 months.
It's more valuable than 3 weeks. I put it to you like this, right? God forbid, you in your moment, right? Your first moment, right?
Yeah.
Now, right? God forbid you and your boyfriend don't make it.
God forbid.
God forbid, knock on all wood.
Okay.
Whatever, right? For somebody to come in after him with where you at now, there's no way they'll get that opportunity within 3 weeks. I don't care how intentional.
Nah, I think I would probably just double back to an ex. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's my point, right? Like, because you've done all of your groundwork to get to your moment, it's even harder now to let even the best person, it might be Beyonce. I can meet Beyonce today and she be like, you know what?
You would introduce Beyonce to your child in fucking an hour, nigga.
As Beyonce.
That's what I'm saying. If you're talking to somebody, why you can't just introduce them to your child as...
Because I don't need my son knowing too many names. And my son, and kids bring up everything. Kids say everything like,
okay.
Yeah, what Jasmine at? Hold on, bro. Say Jasmine.
But you ain't got to say that, sugar. This is my friend. We work together.
Can't do it.
Okay.
Can't do it.
Okay.
But see, this is why I'm gonna cut
See, I don't have no kids, so...
I'm gonna cut this part from the interview because you hurt my argument.
But no, I will say this now. My brother told me that I couldn't bring no more people because he said every child, he has 4 kids. He said with every child, I have a different nigga. So...
And they remember.
So he was like, no.
So your oldest nephew was like, well, Uncle Sam, man. Uncle Sam gone.
So, but my current has been there through the last 2 kids.
The last 2.
Yeah.
He's
So,
gonna be there for the rest of it.
well, I hope they don't have no more. They got 4.
How many is too many? How many you want?
4.
See, I stopped at 1. I think 1 is too many.
Okay.
1 baby mama.
The one don't have anybody to play with.
He 13. We'll miss that whole phase. But since they trying to rush us, I'm gonna get to the nitty gritty.
Okay.
At this point right now in your career, what scares you?
That's a good question. That's probably my favorite question. Dang. What scares me? Knowing that I ain't dying tomorrow. I gotta live, so that means I still gotta get more work. So it's like, what if I don't get shit else? I mean, I would hope, but shit, Tashina Arnold said she didn't work 10 years after Martin. So you hope and you want, but look, Snowfall and P-Valley both. Atlanta, Detroiters, Insecure, Grey's Anatomy, Belko Experiment. Everything has been good. I want a BAFTA. So what scares me is like dying and not fulfilling my wants. God has been so good. Everything I want, I've gotten. Everything. So I want a BAFTA. That means I got to do some international projects. That's the British Oscars. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want an Emmy. I want a BGOT. I tell people I want a BGOT. Everybody's like, I never heard of that. I don't know why people don't say that. I want a BGOT. The world is too small. I won an Emmy, which is, yes, I love Snowfall. Really quick. After season 2 on Snowfall, season 3, I booked David Makes Man. Couldn't do that. No, sorry. Season 3, I booked Game People Play. So I was shooting that while I was shooting Snowfall. Season 4, I booked David Makes Man. I had to turn David Makes Man down to stay on Snowfall because it was COVID, and going to Orlando, coming back to LA was gonna be very difficult and very scary for everybody. But I didn't want to leave Snowfall in season 4 because John had just died season 3. And I knew everybody was going to be watching, waiting for the show to do bad. So I was like, nah, I can't leave now. Season 5, I booked P-Valley. So I've always worked 2 projects while I was on Snowfall. Season 6 was the only time I didn't, and 4 because of COVID. But I wanted to go to a show that was winning awards, which is weird and odd because we say awards don't matter, but fuck that. I want a fucking award. Like, I want to give me a gold star. I want niggas to clap for me. I want my fucking flowers. Like, I want that shit. And I think so many times people are like, oh, well, you shouldn't, or they're ashamed to say that. Like, I don't give a fuck about Instagram. I don't give a fuck about Twitter. I want awards. Like, I want a ring. I'm a girlfriend. I want a wife. I want to be a wife. Like, I want awards. So I knew part of me wanting to do David Makes Man and go on OWN was like, Oprah got awards. That's Michael B. Jordan. That's Oprah. That's Outlier Society. That's a critically acclaimed show. So yes, and I am so grateful for Snowfall. I am so grateful for our fans and our audience. But we ain't never been nominated for shit. Like, ever. And we deserve it. But we haven't gotten anything. So I want to be on a show where we get awards. I want my own show. I've been saying that for years.
Got it.
I got it.
You got it.
I told you, I always get what I want.
So outside of your show, because that's a little cheat code.
Uh-huh.
You too intentional for you not know the answer to this next question. What's the dream project? Like you have a dream project, or you got a dream producer, or you got a dream story that you want to tell?
I want to do Marvel. That's been a dream forever. I have 17 nieces and nephews. I have to do something they can watch. So I want to do Marvel. I want to do a biopic, but I don't know who. I
got the biopic for you.
Oh, okay. I want to do some.
Just the one I want to see you play.
I want to do some far, far left shit. Like, you know how Danielle Detweiler played Cuffy on The Harder They Fall, and then it was like, oh, you're not a boy? I want to do some far left shit. Huh? The Harder They Fall is fucking amazing. Danielle Detweiler is underrated. She's fucking amazing. Like, to me, that is the best actress of my generation. That is who I look for when it comes to my generation. That's my muse. Now, when we go old school,
now you gotta pick one.
Ruby Dee and Cicely Tyson.
Cicely Tyson, Jesus, that's a bar.
She a goat.
That shit up there.
Yeah, so I really would want to do a Ruby Dee biopic, but I don't feel like I look like her, so. I know, but I don't want.
I don't want you to do the Zoe. What's her name?
That's the Nina Simone, Zoe. That's why I'm like, I can't do her because I'm not her. Yeah.
Because they own me. I'm gonna do my this or that.
Okay.
If we have a little bit more time, I might throw some else.
Okay.
So we're gonna go to college a little bit. Because you VSU, I'm from Albany. I spent a lot of time at VSU.
We can talk about it. I normally don't talk about Valdosta, but we can.
I did. You want to leave it out?
We can talk about it.
It's not gonna be.
I'll tell you why I don't talk about it, so it's fine. I felt like they should have done fucking more. Valdosta is very racist. The boy KJ that died at Lounge that had the organs missing, Valdosta could have done more. I done fucking been in some shit down there. Valdosta is some bullshit.
South Georgia is.
So I haven't been back since 2017. And I have a very bad taste in my mouth with Valdosta because when I was at college, I told them I wanted to act. And they were like, oh, you should keep it as a hobby. Fuck y'all.
Who said that?
I don't even want to say who,
Rat 'em
but
out.
she black.
Oh, okay.
So I ain't gonna do that.
So I'm gonna go real quick then. Visions, Ricks, or Sensations?
What is? It's gonna have to be Sensations for me.
Don't tell me the era.
Sensations and Ricks. Sensations.
Bland or Jackson Square?
Blanton.
Little Room, Nasty Song, or Look Back at It, Trina?
Well, Trina over everything because I fucking love Trina.
Dang.
Like, come on now.
People don't know about that Lil Ru song. Lil Ru,
No, I know that song. She said she's a nasty thing. We had a stroll to that. So
Charlamagne put that out too.
who?
Charlamagne got him that beat
Oh wow.
and produced that song.
Nah, he cool, but I mean, Trent, come on, she the baddest. I'm the biggest, and she the baddest. You really think I will go against her? Come on.
I tried. Now Atlanta. Escape or SWV?
Escape. Escape all day.
Cheesy or Gucci?
Gucci. Come on, go up.
Jid or Earth Gang? I know they in a group. I know them.
Spillage Village.
Nah, you can't pick. You can't pick Spilling Village.
JID.
This too easy, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
What?
South DeKalb.
But Earth Gang get an honorable mention.
Shout out to the guy. South DeKalb Mall or Greenbrier.
South DeKalb. I'm from the east side. Stop playing. South DeKalb all day. Fletcher's.
What's your favorite soul food Atlanta spot? I asked Earth Gang this too. I can't tell. I'll tell you the answer after you answer.
My favorite soul food Atlanta spot. Rosie's.
Last one.
And you could go to either one. Both Rosie's. The one up the street and the one over there on, like, I think it's on Silver, maybe. Both of them is fire.
The one on Silver is better to me.
Me too.
I'm also a Mr. Everything person, but
What? This everything's good.
if money was equal across the planet field, acting or producing?
Producing.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
That's my fucking heart. I love being able to, like, I'm particular. Tell you. I'd be like, no, do this, do that. I like shit like this. Let me bring this person together with that person. Like, oh, this gonna be fire. I like having my hand in different parts, but then seeing everybody just do their shit and come together.
Can we talk about what you're producing now?
We can. My documentary? Oh.
With Caleb Sealsberg.
Okay, so Caleb Seals is directing my documentary. We haven't even put a name on it. It might be 30 for 30. Nah. Maybe we'll call
gotta
it.
get a name.
We'll have a name, but I'm currently producing my own documentary about my life. I feel like I'm in that period, right, where I'm about to blow. And I don't know where it's at or when it's gonna happen, but I wanted to do from birthday to birthday. So my birthday is November 27th. I'm a Sag. To November 27th.
Gemini Genius.
Okay, we plugged in, and I just want to see where the fuck it go. I feel like we don't have that. We have the makings. Oh, it's probably gonna be called the makings of Bean. We had, because Monica is one of my favorites, and she had the makings of.
I was gonna throw a Monica question in there, but
If it's her versus anybody, it's her.
it was gonna be two Eastside people though.
It's gonna be her,
It was gonna be
Monica.
Monica or Sierra.
I love her. She can do no wrong.
Facts.
I feel like one day
You sang Love,
she gonna sing at my wedding.
I be crying.
But yeah, so the documentary, and we recently, he interviewed the manager of, John Singleton's manager. He's also one of the executive producers of Snowfall, and he's executive produced a bunch of other shit. His name is Trevor Eggleston. He has Underground. Kayla, what's his production company name? I think it's like Underground Management, but
I'm so mad I missed that.
it's okay.
I had to catch a flight somewhere.
Next time, though, we got more people. We're gonna interview Jed. Well, you met. There's so many other people, though.
That's the homie. I'll be like, yo, don't come to the studio without talking to me first. Just
Don't do
Gail
that.
said you can come on me.
You don't have to pull up.
That's my bad.
But and I've been talking to a couple of people about it. You know, I think it'll do really well. We don't really see that of the actor from where they were to where they're going. We got some old footage and clips from back in the day, and I just feel it'll help Black people be inspired and know that they could do it. But I also want them to see how I've done it. Not saying they got to do it that way, but how I've stayed grounded, how I've been able to succeed in my career. Because it's not just from fucking studying and like auditioning, but being with people that I love and also seeing their power of knowing like you can do this and you can do that. I think I spoke with y'all when I wasn't gonna take the spinoff. Like we walked away from the spinoff probably like 3 times because some of the shit just didn't make sense. And it's like, but I think we need to know and understand our power and our right, because other ethnicities fucking know.
And they don't budge.
And they don't budge. Even when we see money, more money than we've ever made, like, other ethnicities is starting at that. That's their fucking entry pay.
But you know why else? I don't want to go too far on a tangent. Because, like, say I'm producing, right? Say they want me to produce your spinoff. When you say no, I should say no.
Correct.
And if I say no, Caleb say no. That's
Correct.
what they do. When they turn off, they turn off. So they always get what they want. With us, it's like, my nigga, shit, they pay me $1 million an episode, bro. If you don't want to do it, don't worry about it. We don't band together and hold our money together.
Correct.
We cool online, everybody outraged, and everybody get a part of the argument. When niggas get in the meetings and they get behind the door, niggas like, bro, shit, give me 20% more.
Give me his cut and I'll just do it.
You know what I'm saying? Let's just not put the promo out till later.
Yeah.
So
Agree.
That's what we have to get to.
And we don't tell each other things. We don't talk. So part of doing a documentary on my career in this area is to create some transparency and start getting people to communicate within the different industries, like music, and to show like the togetherness and how we're better as one. Like we're better together instead of as an individual.
Is that quote that's on my back?
What is that? We better together? Oh,
That's why I
shit.
stole this to the studio.
That's alignment right there.
We're better together. Because if we put all of us together, like one thing I love about us is everybody has a strong skill set.
Correct.
Not just everybody can do something. Everybody has a strong skill set. So if we can literally take 15 niggas off the board or put 15 niggas on the board and we got 20,000 square feet, it's going to be hard to compete with that.
Correct.
And it's not about me. It's not just about Caleb. It's about the fact that we all can stand in line and go against any other team.
Correct.
But I'm let you get out of here. I just need the quote. What's a quote you live by?
Mindset is everything. Because I feel like it is.
And what's your favorite tattoo?
My favorite.
Tattoo.
Real is rare and loyalty is rarer.
That's fine.
I was like, why did you put the apostrophe? You don't need. I was like, for emphasis.
And they go from the east side.
Yeah, from the east side. And this is also it's a real is rare, loyalty is rare. It's homage to Trouble. So Trouble died, and that was one of my favorite songs of his. So
Shout out to Trouble.
yeah.
Shawn from the east side too, just for the record.
Yes, he is. He went to Southwest DeKalb. Yeah. We had a rivalry, but I fuck with him. You know, Shawn Michael Craig.
Stevenson it's not your fault. Who better?
We better. We had the better band. We had an S on our chest.
What?
Who from Southwest is doing something?
What are you talking about?
Shawn Michael Craig.
Yes, you, but you don't count. Now, who from Stevenson is doing something?
All right, so check it
You
out.
and JID. Who else?
What you mean? We had football players.
Hold on.
Look at the camera.
I just need this camera. We talked about you being in your moment. We talked about you finna blow. I just need you to commit on camera that 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, I'll still get you to be able to pull up.
Okay, this ain't work in progress, right? So right now, even though people think I'm blowing, I'm about to blow. But everything is a work in progress. But I think the most important thing is not to forget the people that you have worked alongside. Because Issa Rae said, you got to network across. So 3 years from now, 6 years from now, 13 years from now, we're going to still be able to sit down, and Cultured Misfits is always going to be my motherfucking dog.
Hey, that's good. I'm good.